trusted, Basin proud. This is ABC Big 2 News at 10.
It was a good response by OFR as far as fire tactics, and we got quick knockdown, and overhaul was fairly quick.
Now at 10, we start tonight with the aftermath of a fire in Odessa. A building caught fire just south of Kermit Highway and 42nd Street on Friday. Good evening, I'm Rob Tuke. It's good to have you with us tonight. Now, Odessa Fire Rescue spoke with ABC Big 2's Rachel Hallam. She leads us off tonight with the details of that investigation.
That's right, Rob. Friday afternoon, Odessa Fire Rescue got called to a structure fire here on Ogilvie Avenue. Crews say it's this building behind me that caught on fire. Around 2:30 in the afternoon on December 18th, a structure fire broke out at 3840 Ogilvie Avenue. Odessa Fire Rescue responded to the scene where they identified the structure as a commercial building.
It was a commercial manufacturing plant that had a 40 by 40 adjacent building that caught on fire.
With quick response time and enough responders on the scene, Odessa Fire Department had no trouble containing the fire.
It probably took us about 15 minutes to get control, but then we had to stay to make sure all the hot spots and everything was fully extinguished before we left. So in total, we was probably there 2 hours maybe.
Fortunately, no one involved in the fire and no firemen on the scene were severely injured in the process.
Thank God nobody was injured or hurt in this. And, you know, property can be changed or property can be replaced, but people can't.
And though the fire has been contained, the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Reporting live in Odessa, Rachel Hallam, ABC Big 2 News.
We will begin constructing a permanent wall in the state of Texas shortly.
Across Texas tonight, plans for a permanent border wall are moving forward. Governor Greg Abbott visited this construction site today in Rio Grande City. The governor has been nailing down the point that the state is moving forward even when the federal government has stopped. The wall is the same design and will be made with the same materials proposed by the Trump administration. Now, State Land Commissioner George Bush talked about those new developments today.
As part of Operation Lone Star, we've put up chain link fences and wiring, concertina wiring, which helps to deflect a lot of the surge that we're seeing. But permanent wall is a much more lasting solution.
Now, the wall is being built on state land. The state is also working with private property owners to gain permission to build on their property. Now, Governor Abbott has said that $3 billion in Texas taxpayer dollars is being devoted to state border control efforts. Also across Texas tonight, new details are emerging about a deadly bus crash in Waller County. DPS says a bus carrying 4 students flipped over on Friday. A 59-year-old bus aide was killed. The driver and 3 students were rushed to the hospital, and right now it's not clear what caused the bus to roll.
Our hearts go out to the family that lost a loved one today. I can't imagine how they're feeling right now.
Now, tonight, historic military justice reforms are ready to be put in place. This comes after the killing of U.S. Army soldier Vanessa Guillen at Fort Hood. The new legislation awaiting President Biden's signature addresses the handling of crimes like sexual assault, murder, manslaughter, and kidnapping. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Historic change is coming to the U.S. military justice system almost 2 years after the murder of Army soldier Vanessa Guillen. Congress this week approving the Defense Authorization Bill with new protocols for handling military sexual abuse complaints.
We just literally changed history for our United States military and for all the soldiers, not just the ones that are serving today, but the ones that will be serving our country for generations to come.
In April of 2020, Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen was murdered at the hands of another soldier at Fort Hood. Vanessa's family from the beginning said she had been sexually harassed, but was afraid to report it out of fear of retaliation. The Army later confirmed she had indeed been harassed.
What motivated you to just keep pushing for this change?
It's been very hard, but I decided to put my emotions to the side and set that one goal, and that goal was to have my sister be honored.
Under the new act, cases of sexual assault and harassment will be investigated by independent prosecutors outside the chain of command, whereas before it was handled internally.
So this will finally allow our soldiers to serve with pride, serve with confidence, and not be so concerned about whether they're going to get trouble or be retaliated against if they're a victim of sexual harassment or sexual assault.
But their work isn't over. The Guillen family says they will push for an amendment that will allow active duty members who have been sexually assaulted and their families to file monetary claims against the government, all in Vanessa's name.
What does this mean for Vanessa's legacy?
This means justice. This means honor. And it means peace. Peace for not only my family, knowing that these victims will be safe.
For Good Morning America, Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
And to stay up to date with more news across Texas and other top stories, just head to our website, yourbasin.com. And developing now at 10, chilling new details in the case of a suspected serial killer. Police say a man is finally behind bars in Virginia tonight. Police are linking him to the deaths of 4 women. They say he used a shopping cart to carry their bodies away. And as ABC's Pierre Thomas tells us, there is concern there may be other victims out there.
Tanita Laura Smith, age 39, and 54-year-old Aileen Beth Redmond disappeared in Harrisonburg, Virginia this fall. Authorities say they were murdered. Their bodies found Thanksgiving week in a vacant lot, allegedly transported in a shopping cart. 130 miles away in Fairfax County, Virginia, officials found this shopping cart and 2 more bodies in a container. One of them believed to be 29-year-old Cheyenne Brown, who was 4 months pregnant. Authorities claim 35-year-old Anthony Robinson killed the women and that he's a serial killer. He's now in custody, but authorities fear there are more victims.
Our serial killer is called the shopping cart killer. He preys on the weak, he preys on the vulnerable, and he does unspeakable things with his victim.
Police say Robinson met the women through a dating site, would lure them to motels, and then bludgeon them to death. Authorities say they have found evidence, including surveillance footage, that ties Robinson to both scenes.
It's fair to say that on the dating apps that he is known to use, there are other people that you need to contact.
There are. We know he's been in contact with other people. We found 4 people that didn't make it.
And tonight, an update on disaster relief efforts in Kentucky. It was just 1 week ago, tornadoes tore through parts of the Midwest and the South. Like in Mayfield, Kentucky, the state saw at least 77 deaths. Earlier this week, the National Weather Service said the tornado that hit areas such as Mayfield was designated as an EF4. Now, 1,300 state workers and National Guard members, as well as 700 FEMA workers, are on the ground tonight helping those communities recover.
Now, your Big 2 forecast first.
Well, friends, happy Saturday. Today's actually a cool Saturday in the Permian Basin. It actually felt like Christmas just a little bit, and actually speaking of feeling like Christmas, today's temperature is a high 59 degrees. Usually around this time in December, West Texans are definitely used to 59 degrees. So today we came in pretty even, but not as warm as how we were back in 1939, where we were sitting at a nice and steamy 78 degrees. I'll have more of today's cool forecast later on the show. Back over to you, Rob.
But it's a blessing because these kids will go home today with a present that was provided by the community. And that's a blessing. That's West Texas strong. And that's what it's all about.
That was Midland County Sheriff David Kreiner talking about a very special event today in Midland County. Now check it out. It was Christmas at the Horseshoe Arena. It was a free event for families. Doors opened at 5 tonight. Now the goal was to give every kid a gift for Christmas. The county passed that goal, and we're told more than 1,000 people showed up just 1 hour in. It was a big event too, with hot chocolate, a live nativity scene, and of course, Santa Claus.
So this right here just gives them a little bit of joy, even if it's for a day. It just gives them that time to say, hey, we love you, you're here, and we're going to take care of your children. They're not going to leave today empty-handed.
I'm really excited. You know, if you look around, we set the bar for the rest of the country. People are getting along. We're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. These kids are happy. We're all mingling with one another, and just the excitement of the Christmas season, it blows me away.
Now, I'm told the Grinch was there too, and the group's Inner Court and JK Dance Studio also performed some live music. Really a great night for all those families. It's the last full weekend to shop before Christmas. Up next, we take a look at some of the best deals if you don't have time to look yourself. And it was a festive night at the Jack Shack. We'll show you how the team is giving back to the community. Stay with us.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going sledding! We're going to find the perfect tree. We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers may also be eligible to get 0% financing on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. Plus, you may qualify for $500 bonus cash when you find your red tag, or use that bonus cash to get $1,750 total value on this Silverado.
I need 3 garlic butter bacon burgers.
Coming right up.
Will someone grab me some more cheese? Keep that garlic butter coming.
Burger up.
Order up. Sonic garlic butter bacon burger.
Add fun to your Christmas list with hot deals only at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get up to 50% off game tables, up to 50% off ride-ons, and up to $500 off connected fitness equipment. Shop these deals at your store at academy.com through December 19th.
It's time with our families and with our friends. It's what we love. We are Cavenders, and this is how we live. Cavender's Christmas Countdown Sale is going on now, and you can get $20 off ostrich boots by Justin and Tony Lama, $15 off Justin bent rail boots, and $15 off Justin Commander work boots. Going on now at Cavender's.
We're optimizing your connections. Our new smart Wi-Fi 6 technology powered by Optimum features mesh coverage for a better whole home Wi-Fi experience. Now with an extender included, you'll get Wi-Fi even in those hard-to-reach places. Stream, work, and game faster, all on one powerful mesh Wi-Fi network. Greater whole home coverage is here with Smart Wi-Fi 6, now including a free Wi-Fi extender with select internet packages.
Kathy Eastham Fine Jewelry, celebrating 40 years of extraordinary jewelry.
I need 3 Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wraps.
Adding Fritos. Order up.
Sonic Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
Watch Samantha Smarechniak and meteorologist Ryan DePhillips at 11:30. We warn you first.
Well, friends, as the song goes, it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. And with today's temperatures, it sort of kind of did feel like, especially if you were doing your last-minute Christmas shopping. Today's high temperatures pretty much in the basin, set in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Midland Odessa, 60 degrees. Big Spring, 69. Seminole, 49 degrees. Our friends at Presidio actually managed to make it all the way to a nice and warm 70 degrees. But we did have some areas also sitting in their lower 50s, such as the Guadalupe Pass sitting at 51 degrees, and then we have also Marfa 55, and then Hobbs at 50, and then Carlsbad sitting at 52 degrees. So definitely a very wide range of temperatures. For our almanac today, we actually came in pretty even temperatures. Today 59 degrees. Normally around this time in December, we're definitely used to 59 degrees, so definitely not too bad and sitting pretty even. Taking a look at our lows today, we did come warm for that. 44 degrees warmer today compared to what we usually do see at 33 degrees. So 11 degrees warmer for our lows. Definitely not too bad whatsoever for the basin. As we continue on with our evening, temperatures are going to sit very chilly and cloudy, sitting in the 20s at 29 degrees specifically. But you know what? We're going to continue to be in that cold front that came in this morning. So tomorrow morning for our early risers at 8 a.m., it's going to be very cold. We're going to sit at 30 degrees, and then we get into noon at 42. And then 4 p.m. is when we actually increase our temperatures to 47 degrees. And then 9 p.m. we're sit at a nice and cool 44 degrees. So pretty much for the entire Sunday, we will be sitting in our 40s. There will be some areas that will make it to their upper 50s in the basin. We will continue to sit in that cold front right now, sitting in our 40s around this time. But as we make our way into Sunday, we're going to sit for our early risers at 35 degrees. And then as we make our way into the evening, that's into Monday at midnight, that's when we continue to still be in that cold front. So that cold front is not going to leave us at all. It's going to remain in the Permian Basin. And actually taking a look at the, the wind with the winds and the cold temperatures is actually going to feel a little colder than what it usually is. Right now, very calm wind travelage in the single digits. And as we continue on into our Sunday, we're going to continue to see that we will remain in our single digits at 7 miles per hour in the Midland and Odessa area. So not bad whatsoever. As we make our way into tomorrow, with the wind sitting pretty calm, so will our pollen, our tree pollen, grass pollen, weeds, everything sitting at, in the green. So overall at low temperatures or low wind and pollen. So definitely not too bad whatsoever. Now for our 7-day forecast, this is what we have going on. Tomorrow is going to be 48 degrees, very cold and, chilly, but we're going to remain in our, upper 60s and low 70s throughout. The sun is going to be out, but also Saturday is Christmas Day, and do not forget to choose our icon that we're going to put as we begin the start of our new week. So do be sure to go to yourbasin.com and make sure you pick a nice icon for us to showcase for Christmas. Rob, we have some really good options. They're not bad at all.
I definitely like the ornament. That's the one I'm going with. Now,
yeah, same.
It seems like all the time, ever since I moved here, I'm always putting air into my tires, the hot and the cold air and all that. But
exactly.
Today was a nice day, and I was doing it once again, putting more air into my tires.
It was nice. They reminded me back home in Ohio, so it was cool.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Bridget. Well, it's the big holiday shopping crunch this last weekend before Christmas. Stores are pulling in shoppers with those last-minute deals, but you have to know where to look. ABC's Deidre Bolton shows us where.
The last minute for Christmas shopping is now, and finding the perfect gift this late in the game may be harder than ever.
Cumulative effect of all of them is more severe supply chain problems than we've ever had before.
While there's been an easing at shipping ports around the country,
those long aging containers that have been resting on our marine terminals for some time have now declined by nearly 60%.
Standard ground shipping deadlines are rapidly approaching. Shoppers now faced with incredible incentives in store and virtual gifts.
We're also seeing a lot of discounts that you can get if you pick up that item the same day.
Target offering gift cards of up to $20 with an order of select items online for pickup or same-day delivery. Petco offering 15% off items ordered online and picked up in the store. And the gloves are coming off for the last-minute retail rush. Bed Bath & Beyond offering 25% off an entire purchase through tomorrow. Best Buy announcing a 72-hour flash sale with deals including an LG 70-inch TV dropping from $999 to $750. Target offering specials including $20 off every $100 spent on games and toys and up to 40% off electronics, including Apple products.
And that was Deidre Bolton reporting. Now we go over to sports with Cameron Stewart. Cameron, we talked about it before going to break. A special night for the Jackalopes tonight.
That's right, Rob. It's the teddy bear toss, which means after the first Jack's goal of the night, their fans will litter the ice with stuffed animals that will be donated to kids in need for Christmas gifts. Without further ado, let's take you out there. Rylan Yates and the Jackalopes hitting the ice trying to salvage a split with Corpus on this teddy bear toss night. First period, Emerson Good, he wants those Bears out on the ice early, gets the steal but not the finish. Game is still scoreless. And then a little bit later on, Jacks with another scoring chance as they tee up Ryan Kusler for the one-timer, but another nifty save keeps it scoreless. Last 5 minutes of the period, Mike Manzo just throw it on goal, and it's off an ice ray and into the net, and they're saying it, bring on the Teddies. The Jacks, again, collect all these stuffed animals, and they will be given to children in need here in Odessa and Midland. Just another way to make sure no one goes without this Christmas. What a sight that was to see. But Corpus, a couple of empty net goals, and they get the victory. Lopsided win for UTPB last night, same opponent today. We're showing you Kendall Fry, so you know he's going to be up to something, and he was hot early. Lemmy Howard finds him open for three, connection, and the Falcons were off and running. and so is Fry. Little kiss off the glass for 2. Great start for him. And then again, it's Juwan Jones looking to push and finds Fry for the transition 3. Bang! Gets 8 of the team's first 10 points. And they were rolling in this one. This off a made basket finds Randall in their afternoon siesta. Zavon Goodwin for the easy 2. And we've got a Fetty Wap alert. 17:38. Kendall Fry goes from scorer to distributor. Finds Max Warren for a beautiful spin move and 2. The Falcons break the school record for most points in a regulation game. How about 126? That's pretty good. That'll play. And tomorrow's Cowboys game is easy to look at as a trap. Facing a bad team right before Christmas. Might have eyes on the holiday or that tree in Rockefeller Plaza during the long road trip. But our insider Mickey Spagnola tells us what the Cowboys have to do to avoid that trap.
Time for our Silver Star Nation keys to Cowboys-Giants, noon Sunday at MetLife Stadium. The first key is run wild. The first time around, the Cowboys ran for 201 yards against the Giants, winning the game 44-20. It's time to get it on running the ball again. The offensive line needs to be able to play better to do so, and maybe you'll see the Cowboys get in more jumbo packages. The second key is no gift exchange. It's no time to get in the holiday spirit. The Cowboys don't need to arrive in New Jersey bearing gifts. They are against a struggling Giants team that's 4-9 and also beat up. So don't turn the ball over and give the Giants any confidence that they can win the game. And the third key is just win. No matter how or by how much, just win that third consecutive game to get to 10-4, and that would assure the Cowboys that no other NFC East team can come up with more victories than them this season, and over the next 3 weeks, they would have something to say about not allowing either the Washington or Philadelphia to get to 10 wins. For the Silver Star Nation, Mickey Spagnola here at the Star.
Tiger Woods returned to the golf course today for the first time since his horrific car crash in February, but he didn't hit the links alone. He is golfing in the PNC Championships this weekend with his son, Charlie. The 12-year-old has certainly taken after his dad. That much is clear when you see the smooth swing he's got, and he also raises the putter in anticipation of a big putt going in like his dad. Tiger says his own days of competing in major tour events are over and says he's having fun playing with his son.
Yeah, father and son, you got to root for them. I'm really looking forward to seeing Charlie on the tour one day.
Absolutely. It's great to see. Great to see.
Thank you, Cameron. Well, the Grinch isn't the only bad thing around the holidays. Coming up, we're talking with a dermatologist about dry winter skin and how to make those cracks go away.
Hey, Jack, how'd you get the new spicy club sandwich to have the perfect amount of spice?
I call it Jack's Spice Squad.
Who's in the squad?
It's me. My new Spicy Club Sandwich Combo. It's my best chicken ever.
The holiday season has arrived, and so has the Get Holiday Ready sales event at your Ford dealer. Inventory is arriving daily, so it's the best time to buy a Ford F-Series. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 66, plus get $500 in retail bonus cash. It's time to get holiday ready with Ford. Get a new F-150 with 0 for 66 and $500 bonus cash, plus earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards, only at your Texas Ford dealer.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. From floral stems to ornaments and tabletop decor to the tree you need this year, our famous Perch pop-up tree is sure to wow and bring Christmas cheer. With our unique gift selection, you are sure to find something for everyone on your list this holiday season. Be sure to check out our Instagram for upcoming shopping events. Perch Home Store, your one-shop stop for gifts and decor.
Home. Sure, it's your furniture and electronics and appliances, but this holiday season at Conn's Home Plus, we know it's that plus a whole lot more. Yes, it's a fridge, plus a gallery of good tidings. It's a TV, plus where you enjoy the holiday warm and fuzzies. It's where we pull out the classics, plus whatever this is. We call it living the plus life. Shop your Big Bow Gift headquarters and save with our big selection of products, hot deals, top brands, plus next-day delivery options and personalized financing. It's your Big Bow Gift headquarters at Consone Plus.
My new Spicy Cluck Sandwich with a bigger, crispier, and better than ever spicy filet, bigger pickles, more sauce, and the perfect amount of spice to get your taste buds tingling. Try my new $5.99 Spicy Cluck Sandwich Combo. Order on the Jack app today.
Get ready for your day with meteorologist Ryan DePhillips.
Winter is on its way, and for West Texans, that means bloody noses, cracked knuckles, and even acne flare-ups. Our Bridget Sarpong spoke with a local dermatologist to talk about skin tips for the upcoming winter days.
This time of year, we absolutely see an increase in dry skin.
There are certain skincare practices that you should follow year-round, but once chilling temperatures have arrived, people are forced to switch things up.
When the skin gets dry, we run into all kinds of problems. So number one, of course, just cosmetically, no one likes dry skin. It looks funny. Everyone wants to avoid the look of it.
Winter air is both dry inside and out because of the season's lower humidity levels in West Texas. And dermatologist Dr. Rosso has tips of how to take care of your skin as the winter days arrive in the Permian Basin.
The other thing that we do in the winter is we take hot showers, and we're around heat sources like fireplaces and things like that. All of that also ends up robbing the skin of oil that's naturally there to moisturize us.
The start of preventing dry skin is adjusting your bathing time and temperature.
Shorten those hot showers. So lukewarm showers, 8 to 10 minutes or so, are better than a 20-minute steamy shower this time of year.
Following your bath or shower is the application of products on your skin.
Apply a good moisturizer pretty soon after you bathe every day. And we actually like a little bit of water still on the skin when that goes on. And we prefer creams and ointments compared to lotions. The creams and ointments tend to give a little bit better of a barrier to lock in that moisture.
As a dermatologist, Dr. Rosso understands the embarrassment of ashy hands and knuckles during the winter season, and his number one advice to combating that is moisturizing.
Pretty soon after they're washed. And of course, during COVID, we're all washing our hands more, and so a good cream or a good ointment right after washing is what we recommend for the hands. And that can be reapplied really up to as many times a day as needed.
And lips are just as important.
The lips are a sensitive area, though. We don't like the stuff that's got the fragrance in it. We don't like the stuff that's got the menthol in it all the time. So we like plain petrolatum products or something similar.
Skin is the body's largest organ, so we need to protect it. Dr. Rosso says it can lead to health risks such as risk of infections and increase in allergy. Reporting in Odessa, Bridget Sarpong, ABC Big 2 News.
Tonight, our nation's fallen service members are being remembered. Coming up after the break, we take you to the wreath-laying ceremonies today. That's honoring the veterans who fought for our freedom. Stay with us.
ABC Big 2 Sports, brought to you by Glasheen Valles and Enderman Injury Lawyers.
The Capitol riot was one of the most disgraceful displays in U.S. history. Fox News is a different place than it was when I was there. When I was there was a discipline.
See why America's watching, and even our competition's watching.
Sean Hannity just texted me. He's been watching the interview I just did with Bill O'Reilly. He's bothered by the fact that I was saying that he was minimizing January 6th. Sean, I'm going to look up to see if there's anything else out there.
Newsmakers turn to the fastest growing cable news network, News Nation.
Chevy is taking people lots of places this holiday.
We're going sledding!
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going to Nana.
Let your Chevy dealer take you there with Chevy Red Tags, where the price you see is the price you pay.
Happy holidays from Chevy.
Find new places, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers may also be eligible to get 0% financing on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. Plus, you may qualify for $500 bonus cash when you find your red tag, or use that bonus cash to get $1,750 total value on this Silverado.
Do you have back pain in the morning? I understand. After having scoliosis surgery myself, I searched everywhere for the right mattress. You know, pain will make you do that. So let's try to fix that for you with the new Anniversary Heirloom mattress. The patented Heirloom Lift with pocketed flex coil is made to lift your body and all your pain points. The Anniversary Heirloom mattress, made in the USA and only found exclusively in Bob Mills Sleep Spa. Let's get you out of pain.
Bob Mills Sleep Spa. Ah. Cone Jewelers. Now through the end of the year, select items 25 to 50% off. Located on 42nd across from Target.
Well, the annual tradition of honoring America's fallen veterans during the holiday season has returned this year. Every December, people across the country place wreaths on the grave sites of our nation's service members. It's become a somber yet beautiful holiday tradition. Last year, volunteers were limited in number because of COVID-19, but today, at the West Virginia National Cemetery, roughly 400 volunteers laid wreaths and paid their respects in a ceremony.
Herman Addison, thank you for your service.
Another touching sight today at the Arlington National Cemetery. About 40,000 volunteers got together with the group's wreaths across America. More than 150,000 wreaths are being set up here at the nation's largest military cemetery in Virginia. Before placing a wreath down, volunteers say the name of the service member who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Behind every stone there's a story. We want you to take that name, say that name, because it's been said you die twice. You die once when your heart stops beating, you take that last breath, but you die a final time when your name is spoken for the very last time and you're forgotten. So we ask our volunteers to come when they place that wreath to say that name out loud. Thank that individual for their service and sacrifice, but say that name out loud so that person's remembered for another year.
The group Wreaths Across America will bring volunteers to 3,100 cemeteries in a nationwide effort to honor fallen veterans and soldiers during the holidays. We'll be right back.
You had 3 burgers. You sharing, you eating all 3?
No, I'm eating them all.
You wouldn't share your burger with me?
Not this burger. The burgers you make at your house? Yeah, we can share that. That's no problem. Sonic garlic butter bacon burger.
What if I'm hungry?
Absolutely not.
The holiday season has arrived, and so has the Get Holiday Ready sales event at your Ford dealer. Inventory is arriving daily, so it's the best time to buy a Ford SUV. Get a Ford SUV with 0% APR financing for 66 months, plus up to $1,000 in retail bonus cash. It's time to get holiday ready with Ford. Get 0 for 66 and up to $1,000 bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards on select Ford SUVs at your Texas Ford dealer.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
My dad is a real-life superhero. Whenever people need him the most, he is always ready. He springs into action with amazing gadgets and a supersonic truck, ready to face whatever catastrophe awaits. My dad is a superhero. And when you need help after a disaster, he'll always be there to save the day.
I love a good deal. I love finding good deals like this because this Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap is 99 cents.
I feel like they just marked it wrong, but I'm not telling.
Right. Sonic Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
A 7-day forecast. We did wake up to a cold front this morning, which brought our temperatures sitting, below average and actually even sitting equal amount to what we're used to, but tomorrow we'll actually be sitting below average at 48 degrees. It is going to be cold and there will be some clouds out, so unfortunately not a sunny Sunday, but it is going to feel like winter for the 3rd time this December, so not bad whatsoever. Then we start off our our Christmas week with some sun, so definitely not bad whatsoever. And actually, speaking of Christmas, we do have our icon contest going on, so you get to choose the icon that we get to use for Saturday on Christmas Day. We have the Santa wreath, the ornament, the Christmas text, or the real wreath. So whichever you would decide, just be sure to head over to yourbasin.com and even click on an icon to choose. Rob, I like the ornament one. It's kind of catching my eye a little bit.
The more I look at it, the more I want the other ones too. Can we have all 4? Is that possible?
Listen, we have 7 days of the week? Hey, we could probably switch it each day.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you, Bridget. It It wasn't too long ago we showed you some surfing dogs in Brazil. We're back at it this time. We have ourselves a French bulldog who's ready to learn some new tricks. This is Chico Blanco, a 1-year-old French bulldog. His owners took him around to Brooklyn skate parks where people can't get enough of him. They say it's all about smiles.
That's so cute. Look at me. I'm smiling. Really huge.
That's all the time we have. We'll see you tomorrow night.